Okay, so we talked about a couple impressions that we leave the customer. Our first impression is when we call the customer when we're on our way to the home. And so we're like, hey, Mrs. Jones, this is Kent with Service Today. Happy Tuesday to you. Or happy Wednesday to you. Gets the customer thinking you're happy you're on the way to their home, you're happy with your job, and you're having a good morning and you're there to help them out, okay? The next one is when we're halfway up the driveway, we walk halfway up the driveway, we smile and we wave at the house, all right? That's their first visual of us, okay? So we sound happy on the phone, they're starting to paint a good picture of us in their head. We're halfway up the driveway, we smile and wave at the house, confirms that we're happy and we're a good, nice, clean-cut person helping to fix things in their home, right? And then we're going to put it all together when we get to the front door, all right? So when we get to the front door, we always knock on the door and take 2 steps back and turn to the side. Now, the reason we turn to the side is if I open the door and I'm straight on with the customer, it's confrontational. They don't feel like they have an escape route, okay? If you turn to the side and you answer the door more like this, that way they don't feel like, you know, I'm straight on, I'm blocking their exit, all right? It's just, again, it's an emotional thing. Logically, we shouldn't have to do this. Emotionally, it makes sense, all right? We want to smile when you open the door. Give them a nice smile. Hi, I'm Kent, right? So we smile, we give eye contact with the customer. Smile, hi, my name is Kent, and you are? Notice how I put my hand up, so I'm kind of waving, and I'm doing this on purpose. So I'm waving, I'm saying, hi, my name is Kent, and you are, because 2 things are going to happen. Either they're going to say their name, and they're going to extend their hand, meaning they want to shake my hand. So, hey, my name is Kent, and you are, and then I'll shake their hand. Now, some people don't shake hands. A lot of females alone at the house, or just females in general, don't like to touch another man's hand. Sometimes you might have a customer grab your hand and they barely hold it. That means they didn't want to shake your hand from the beginning. Again, we don't want to build a bad first impression. We want them to like us and trust us, and if they get some kind of creepy vibe where they don't want to touch us, this sets the service call up for failure right from the beginning, okay? So, you're going to put your hand up, my name is Kent, and you are, like this. If they extend their hand, you extend. If they don't accept their hand, you just drop your hand to the side. That's simple. Again, it's a small little thing, but it can make and break this service call sometimes. All right? Now, the reason I say my name is and you are is because I want to get them to tell me how they want me to address them. So here's a common mistake in our industry. We have let's say we have our job notes, whether it's on an iPad or a cell phone or a piece of paper, whatever you use at your company. But we'll walk up and let's say it says John Anderson on the paperwork. So you walk up and you open the door, hey, you must be John. Well, first of all, you don't know that's John, right? Now if it's not John, it could be John's son, it could be John's dad, it could be John's, grandfather. Like, we don't know who this person is answering the door. So you also might walk up to the door and you might call him John, right? But everybody calls him Jonathan. Or let's say your paperwork says Jonathan Anderson. So you walk up, hey, you must be Jonathan. Well, you ever have somebody call you a name that most people don't call you? You don't feel like they're a friend anymore, right? Like, my friends, if my name is Jonathan, my friends probably don't call me Jonathan, they probably call me John. So I want to call him what his friends and his family call him, right? Because remember, we're trying to make a friend. So, ask him, my name is Kent, and you are. A good story I had with this is one time I went to a guy's house and I said, hey, my name is Kent, and you are, and he said, well, my name is John, but my friends call me Bugsy. And I go, oh, well, can I call you Bugsy? He goes, yeah, sure. Look how fast I got to his nickname. Like, how many service calls would I have had to ran to this same guy's house to get to the point that I'm going to start calling him his buddies, the same nickname his buddies call him? I probably would have never gotten there. So I got there within 5 seconds of the front door because I said, my name is Kent and you are, and he said, my friends call me Bugsy. And fun fact, that gentleman's home was the first large job I ever sold, number one. Number two, I sold several large jobs at that same customer's home over the years. Unfortunately, he was an older gentleman, he passed away, but his sister now owns the house, and we have done thousands and thousands of dollars for her at this same property. Now, am I going to chalk it all up to because I got his first name and his nickname? Probably not. But it helps. All these little things help along the way. It works beautifully. So again, my name is, and you are. Hand up, my name is Kent, and you are. If they extend their hand, we shake. If they don't, we drop it to the side. All right? Again, remember, we want to get them to like us and trust us, and we want to make a friend. If they're uncomfortable or they're offended, you're not going to make a friend, right? It's just not going to happen. Also keep in mind, some cultures, they're not allowed to shake hands. So you might extend your hand, and if they don't extend it at all, you're going to feel kind of stupid, which you don't want to. It's going to throw off your mojo on the call, right? Like I said earlier, a lot of females don't like to touch other males' hands. Some cultures aren't even allowed. Oh, here's another reason by saying, my name is Kent and you are. If I look at the paperwork and it said Aaron Johnson, let's say on there, well, Aaron can be a guy's name or it can be a girl's name. So I'm like, oh, you must be Aaron. Well, maybe it's not Aaron, right? Sometimes it's hard to tell the gender of our customers. Sorry, but it's true. I think if you've ran a lot of service calls, you've been to some houses where you're not quite sure if it's a girl or a guy. So by saying, my name is Kent and you are, it gets rid of all those types of things. Make sense? All right, one last thing. So you're going to open the door, knock on the door, take 2 steps to the side. The customer will open the door. Hi, my name is Kent and you are? Oh, hi, Frank. Nice to meet you. Do you mind if I come on in? They'll say yes. I'm going to purposely turn around and I'm going to purposely put my back to the customer and I'm going to say, is my truck parked okay out there? And he's going to say yes or no. We always park on the street, never in the driveway. I think we talked about this in a previous video. But the reason I turn my back to the customer, this goes back to medieval days. You never turn your back on a stranger. That's just something we're kind of ingrained inside of us. It's like an instinct we have. We don't turn our back to strangers because they could be an enemy, right? Well, by purposely doing that with our customer, turning around, is my truck parked okay? By purposely putting my back to the customer, it shows the customer that I trust them, and by human nature, if he thinks I trust him, he's automatically going to trust me. It's just human nature. So, if you want to build trust and value and make a friend right off the gate, call them the name they want to be called. Don't shake their hand if they're not a handshaker, and turn your back to them and ask if your truck is parked okay, because you will build trust with that customer.